Welcome back to the Pig Trail Show. Alyssa Orange here, and we are joined by our Richard Davenport, as always, at our KRK studios in Little Rock. And Richard, we're going to start on the hardwood because Mike Anderson, as we talked last week, trying to fill in those holes on his 2018 roster. One of those guys could be Ibi Ali. He visited on Friday. Tell us about that visit.
He said it went well, and he seemed to like it. He didn't say much else. He's kind of being tight-lipped, which you respect that. I mean, he's trying to make his final decision where he wants to go to college, and he was a Baylor signee, but he was able to get a release from Baylor, and so he's exploring his options. He's an intriguing prospect because he's got size and athleticism, but he's only been playing basketball for about 4 years. Arkansas seems like a natural because he got into the States from Africa in 2014, and he's just really learning the game. He's really an infant when it comes to learning the game of basketball, but he has this, the athleticism that you look for, in a big man, and he's got a lot of tools that you can work on, and he could be one of those guys that really explodes on the college level in year 3 or 4.
All right, could be good news for the future. Let's talk some football now. Wide receiver Shamar, these guys that we're going to talk about, class of 2019. What does he bring to the table?
He brings size and athleticism and game-breaking ability. He visited Arkansas back in March. He's going to make an official visit to Arkansas in June. He's going to bring his mom this time, so he's very serious. He's on my radio show on Thursday night and said a lot of great things. He's taken a lot of unofficial visits, but he said the unofficial visit to Arkansas back in March was the best one ever. So those are pretty strong words. So you'd have to think Arkansas is sitting pretty good with him.
You love it when recruits say that. Well, what about this guy, Raymond Woody III, a cornerback? What's so special about him?
He's an ESPN 300 prospect, definitely one of the best athletes in the nation, a guy that is very confident, cornerback who feels like he can shut down his side of the field. He's been communicating with Coach Mark Smith quite a bit. He feels like Arkansas is a family atmosphere, even though he hasn't even visited yet, just based off his communication with the coaching staff. He said Arkansas is definitely one of his top schools. He's looking to visit Arkansas this summer.
Zimos, an outside linebacker. He's the next guy we're going to talk about. What do the coaches like about him?
Man, speed. Oh, man, he's got range. 6'4", 215 pounds, and he runs a legitimate 4.5. You look at his film, he's plays with a nasty attitude, and his speed just jumps off at you. Right? He just recently got an offer from Arkansas. Right now, he's just still trying to decide whether he wants to visit or not. I tend to think he will. That's just my opinion. He's currently committed to Cal, but Arkansas is definitely going after him hard.
And this last guy we're going to talk about, Richard, a guy from the class of 2020, Andrew Raymond. He's an offensive line. What do the coaches think that he could bring to that line here at Arkansas?
He's definitely one of the best prospects in the nation in his class, and talking to several people that I really respect. One of them, Tom Lemming, a national recruiting analyst, has him one of his top 5 offensive linemen in that class, and that's saying a lot because obviously there's a lot of kids playing offensive linemen on the offensive line in the sophomore class. He's just a guy that just has everything you're looking for from an athletic standpoint to play the position. He and his father visited Arkansas February the 24th, very impressed, but he was committed to Oklahoma at the time. He recently decommitted from Oklahoma, just wants to kind of look around a little bit. Arkansas will be one of his visits he takes this summer. You got to give Coach Fry, the offensive line coach, a lot of credit. They've developed a really good relationship, and Andrew says he just really feels really comfortable with him.
All right. Well, Richard Davenport keeping us in the know every week on the recruiting trail. Thanks so much. As the Pig Trail rolls on, we say a tribute and a thank you to our mothers after the break.